Hey, welcome. This is a short demo of how to use the excel2word office automation tool that I put on GitHub some time ago. What is the purpose of this little tool? The purpose is that if you have an Excel file with data that you would like to push into a Word file to fill out the Word file, you have to do that many times, for instance, for an invoice or a doctor's letter or something, then this is a very low-key solution that people that have just Word and Excel on their PC can use. Yeah. So as an example, let's say we want to create something like an invoice. Yeah. So the invoice reads, "Dear customer," usually. We have shipped your product XYZ to your address in city. Yeah. So, and obviously it would be nice if you have the data already in Excel, this could be integrated with this template and you have a nice letter that you can send to them. So let's save this Word file and create an Excel sheet. Yeah. The only thing a little out of the ordinary that you need to do is you need to save that Excel file as a macro-enabled Excel file, because we are going to rely on Visual Basic macros to make this magic happen, that we export the data from Excel into Word. So test office automation maybe. And what we need is we need to insert this Word file we've just created. It's going to be our template for creating new invoices into this Excel sheet. Yeah, so we're going to insert it, and you have to select display as icon. We don't want the whole Word document to be visible here. We just want to have it as a little icon. And what will happen now is that the Word file is really now embedded into the Excel. So you have this one Excel sheet, and if you send it, the Word is already included. Yeah. And the important thing for the code later to find this object is we need to define the name here in the name box. If you follow the instructions, this is pretty much here step 2. You need to name it template shape. So go here in the name box, you call this template shape. Okay. So in the Excel sheet, of course, we need to have our data somewhere. Yeah, let's say, so this is the name of the customer, this is the product, and this is the city of the customer. And here also we need to use those named ranges. Yeah, so the name, let's say, is Christopher, the product is Mark, the city is Berlin. We need to name these fields here. So I'm going to call this the last name, the product name, and this is going to be address city. Okay, so now we need to create a button that we can use to trigger the code, and we also need to import the code. We haven't done that yet. If you don't have the developer options up here, you can right-click on Automate, customize the ribbon, and check the developer option. Okay, so if you do that, you can insert here a form control, a button. Draw this here, and if you click on New, this will automatically open the Visual Basic code editor, and you don't need to code anything in here, but we need to paste the code that you find in this excel2word bus file. Best way is just to go for raw here, and you can mark everything, copy it, and go back, and you can replace that button to click. Yeah, and that's it. That's the only thing you have to touch for the code. And I suggest you rename the button so it's clear what it does. Whoop. you should connect it to the export excel2word. Okay. And then we can change the name, edit text, create invoice or something. And one nice thing the macro already brings to you is a way to prepare the template. You go to macros and you select setup Word template. And so what this does, it searches your entire Excel sheet for such named fields, and it will open the document and it will insert them for you so you can put them in the right spot. This will take a second, at least on my PC. Yeah, so this is the document we created before, and now the Visual Basic solution will insert all the fields it has found. Let's go back. Yeah, so we have the address, the last name, and the product name. And we can, if you look at what this actually does, is this is using a document property. So the Visual Basic macro, what it does is when you run it, it will take the values from the Excel sheet and will store them as document properties inside the document. And this is just a little field tag that accesses this property. So in our case, we'll take this and now we put this in the right position. Yeah, and here the city, the last name we want. We can hear dear. Say, obviously this needs some love, but okay, we can delete all this. This was just only the gray things matter. If you don't have the gray highlights, this is an option that you can enable. It's highlight field tags or something. So this is it. So the template is now ready. We can save it and close it. Okay, and so the template is updated and it's ready to be filled. Yeah. So let's say this is Chris or something. If you click on create invoice, what will happen is it will pull the values from the Excel sheet as they are now at this very point. It will take the template, make a copy of it, and insert all the values. Yeah, so you see that it's no longer saying address, for example, but it's actually now the real values that we want. This is a new document. It's detached from the Excel file, so you can do with it whatever you want. You can save it and so on. And that's the basic functionality. One little addition that is, I think, nice is if you already know how you want to name this file, you can, for instance, if you have invoice number, it's invoice number 10, and we want to name these files invoice. Here is a formula. Okay. Then if you want that the file, when it's copied from the template, already gets a suggested file name, you can do that. And it's also in the instructions. You have to call this field report title. Okay, so we're going to copy this. This is how we name this particular field. Or maybe not uppercase. Okay, so let's say this is for Maria. She's ordered ahead, and we're gonna create a new invoice. Again, this will take the values as they are now, take the template, make a copy of it, fill all the data in it, and you get this nice little worksheet. And now if we click save, invoice number 10 is the suggested file name, and we can, save that on our PC. This is just now a really irregular Word file. It's detached from everything. So if somebody goes and changes this Word document, nothing happens to your Excel. Yeah. So thank you for ordering with us. This doesn't go back to the template. Okay. So if you want to make changes to the template, you can just double click here on embedded, the template. And so once you have changed it in here, this will affect all the other created invoices that you create with this tool. If you have any questions, go to GitHub, post an issue, and I would be happy to learn how you use this little tool. Thank you so much.